Can I be so frank with y'all for a minute? I understand the impulse to insult Trump's physical appearance. Like, I get that when you find somebody reprehensible, you're going to take a lot of shots at them, some of them cheap shots, and physical appearance can often be very low-hanging fruit. Like, I get that it feels good to insult Trump in that way. But let's move away from using language like, he's so fat and ugly. Let's maybe stick to talking about policies and violence and actual harm rather than minimizing somebody's evil and violence into physical attributes, specifically the attributes of being, quote, fat and ugly. Because what does that signify? What does that mean? What are you saying to me when you're saying that Trump is, quote, fat and ugly? You're reducing the whole of what he is, which is incredibly violent, into these physical characteristics. You're creating a causal link between his being unattractive and his being morally reprehensible. And that's never actually going to harm Trump. That's never going to do anything to him to hurt him. But it will further engender systems of violence that already exist. That kind of language, like propagating that language, will only harm the people that the state has already deemed undesirable. So fat people, disabled people, people of color. I would encourage all of us to question the impulse that arises that says, I'm going to insult the way that a person looks because I disagree with them morally or politically, because it is never a good idea to connect somebody's physical appearance with their morality. And in fact, that is deeply steeped in white supremacy and has a long history of white supremacy. And to be clear, this is not me defending Trump. This is absolutely not me saying, guys, we have to be nicer to Trump. This is me, however, suggesting that in situations where we feel we might not have power and we try to grasp at whatever cheap power we can find in this situation, in this context, insulting somebody's physical appearance or feeling morally superior to somebody else because you think that you're more attractive than them, that can often have implications that are unintended, both in the world at large and within ourselves. So I'm just asking us to interrogate that impulse that says, I want to insult a person's physical appearance, rather than talk about their politics, rather than address the actual tangible harm that they have enacted.